It's Friday, everyone. What do we do on Fridays here at the Hint Hive? That's right, we smash the patriarchy. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Hint Hive, Amplifying Women's Voices. I'm your host, Kelly Hint, Queen Bee of this hive, your resident psychotherapist and feminist life coach. Today's episode drops right in the middle of that post-Thanksgiving fog, aka Black Friday. The day that somehow fuses capitalism, chaos, and caffeine-fueled exhaustion right into one national spectacle, at least here in the United States. But before we talk about deals, we're not going to talk about deals, let's just take a deep, honest breath. Because holidays can be draining, like emotionally, mentally, physically draining. The emotional hangover from Thanksgiving alone could power an entire damn city. Between managing family dynamics, endless cooking, emotional caretaking, and pretending not to notice your uncle's microaggressions, many women are simply trying to make it through without breaking down. So, if you're feeling tired, irritable, or questioning why you volunteered to host again, you are not alone. This episode is all about reclaiming your energy, redefining what the holidays mean to you, and building boundaries strong enough to protect your peace. All right, my fellow Hive Queens, let's start by acknowledging something real. The emotional hangover that follows big holidays like Thanksgiving, like we just had, right? Culturally, we are told these gatherings are supposed to be joyful, heartwarming, and full of connection. But research says otherwise. The American Psychological Association reports that women experience significantly higher stress levels during the holidays than men, shocker, and are also more likely to feel responsible for maintaining traditions, emotional harmony, and everyone else's happiness. In psychology, this is known as role overload. It's when all the hats we wear, mother, partner, daughter, employee, caregiver, pile up until our sense of self starts to blur. And quite honestly, sometimes it starts to erode. And when we are forced to smile and keep it together while feeling resentment or fatigue underneath, we experience emotional dissonance. That uncomfortable gap between how we feel and how we are expected to act. So, if you felt overwhelmed or resentful this Thanksgiving, that's not a flaw. It's feedback. It's your nervous system waving a little flag saying, "Hey girl, this setup isn't working for me." So, what did we learn from Thanksgiving this year? Let's turn some reflection into empowerment. Here is where your power comes back online. Through reflection. Instead of shaming yourself for how things went, use what happened as data. Ask yourself, what parts of this holiday filled my cup and what parts emptied it? As a matter of fact, try journaling with this prompt. What parts of this holiday felt authentic to me and what parts felt like performance? Was it the performative small talk? The overcommitment? The need to manage everyone's comfort but your own? These are clues. Awareness precedes change. The moment you see the pattern, you regain agency. Here's a therapeutic reframe for this whole thing. You do not have to fix the entire family dynamic. You just need to shift your part in it. Because every single time you choose authenticity over obligation, you rewrite your story. So, given the fact that this episode is being released on Black Friday, I'm willing to bet if you are listening to this on Black Friday, you might be a little bit of a hot mess. You might be exhausted. You might just be at the end of your rope. So you know what? Let's pause together for a mini nervous system reset. This is where we interrupt that stress cycle. So, in order to do this, find a comfortable spot, relax your shoulders, and just simply breathe with me. So go ahead and inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. And then hold that breath gently for a count of 4. And now exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. And as you exhale, silently repeat, I release what's not mine to carry. And I'm going to go through that again. Inhale through your nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, hold, exhale, and repeat to yourself, I release what is not mine to carry. Do this a few times. Pause this if you have to. Pause right now. Feel the difference. You're not just breathing. You are reclaiming ownership of your nervous system. Because let's be real, when you are in chronic holiday mode, your body lives in fight or flight, pumping out cortisol. Mindful breathing actually interrupts that response and sends a message of safety to your body. It sends the message, I am okay right now. In this shift, it doesn't just calm your mind, it actually regulates your emotions and brings clarity back online. My suggestion is to try sprinkling these micro moments of mindfulness throughout your holiday season. Between conversations, before you shop, or while stirring the gravy. Because these pauses actually protect your peace. Now, if you've been listening to me for any length of time, you know I can barely go an episode without talking about boundaries. So here you go, because I believe that boundaries are the ultimate holiday gift. Because let's be real, the holidays are a boundary boot camp. Everyone wants something from you, right? Your time, your emotional energy, your money, your presence, not presents as in gifts, but your physical presence. But here's the truth. Every yes that you give without alignment costs you your peace. And boundaries are not about being mean. They're about being honest. Because you get to decide what's acceptable for you. And so here's how to start. First one, time boundaries. If staying with family exhausts you, stay at a hotel or an Airbnb or plan shorter visits. Protect your rest. Have an exit plan if you need to. And then let's talk about energy boundaries. Prepare phrases like, I'd rather not get into that, or let's change the subject. You can excuse yourself without guilt because if you've just gone through Thanksgiving, more than likely, maybe politics crept into the conversation, right? If you're not in your own home, you can't just lay down the gauntlet and be like, this is my house and we're not talking about this, right? If you're in someone else's home, especially when their beliefs differ significantly from yours, you can't just tell them to shut up in their own home because that's kind of rude. Instead, you can just simply say, you know what? I'm kind of exhausted from politics. Can we talk about something pleasant? Or just blatantly change the subject altogether. Like how is your job going? Like, are things going great at work? Or like just anything to shift that conversation. Because I don't know about you, I do not have the energy for controversy right now. I just don't. And so I'm not going to entertain political conversations during my holiday mealtime. I'm just not. And then here's one for the upcoming holidays. Financial boundaries. Stop buying gifts out of obligation because spending does not equal love. I am still trying to pound this into my husband's head because he's such a good dude. I'm going to put that out there right now. And he has such a kind heart. But man, he exhausts me so we celebrate Christmas and he exhausts me with the Christmas gift giving. Oh, what about this? What about this? What about this for this person, that person, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, buddy, where are you getting this money? You growing this out of your butt? I mean, come on. There in the past, when our financial situation was a little bit better than what it is now, we spent thousands on Christmas, and it's almost like he's trying to keep that up or something. And our finances have changed. We have unfortunately taken on caretaking duties for a family member of mine, and that has been a significant financial drain on us. And yet, my beautifully hearted husband doesn't want anything to change, I don't think. When it comes to like the holidays, he still wants to, because he loves so much and he wants to give. But I have had to enforce some boundaries around that. Because even when it comes from a really good place, if you are feeling stressed out because of gift giving, you need to take a look at your boundaries. And here's a deeper psychological truth. When we set boundaries, we affirm our self-concept. We tell our inner child, you matter too. Because without them, we slip into what trauma experts call fawn mode. This is the nervous system's way of seeking safety by pleasing others. The cure for fawning is not confrontation, it's self-connection. And every single boundary that you set strengthens that muscle. If you've ever felt guilty for saying no, remind yourself, guilt is not a sign that you're wrong. It's a sign that you're doing something new. So don't let guilt change your behaviors. Don't let guilt seep in and exhaust the crap out of you because you're trying to be everything for everyone. And now let's shift gears. It's Black Friday. the high holy day of consumption. A day that thrives on your fatigue and emotional vulnerability. Marketers spend billions studying behavioral psychology to create urgency and scarcity, triggering the brain's reward system to make impulsive purchases. There's nothing wrong with shopping, but check your motives. Are you buying because you need it? Or because you're emotionally depleted and craving a dopamine hit? Don't fall into the capitalism trap. Before buying, take one mindful pause. Ask yourself, will this purchase add peace or pressure to my life? That one question can save your wallet and your energy. And remember, opting out is also a choice. Sometimes the most radical rebellion on Black Friday is refusing to participate in a system designed to exploit your stress. That's me. I don't do Black Friday shopping. Nope, I won't do it. I will not be caught in the capitalism trap. So instead, redirect that energy inward. Invest in rest. Journal. Take a walk. Reconnect with what actually fills your cup instead of emptying your bank account. Okay, we're going to talk action steps for a healthier holiday season. Let's turn that reflection that we've done into action. So here are some grounded ways to protect your energy this season. The first one is incredibly important, and I do this myself, and I really encourage you all to do it too. Schedule some recovery time. After either hosting or traveling, block a day to recharge. Do not earn your rest. It is a necessity. Don't feel guilty about blocking a day to either rot on the couch or just do some laundry or recover from whatever hellscape that you were involved in during the holiday. Step number 2, communicate early. I cannot overstate this enough. Say your boundaries out loud before the next event. Clear communication prevents emotional explosions later. So here in the US, we just got done with Thanksgiving, which is not a holiday that I really celebrate. I could care less. I don't need a day to be grateful when it's okay. I almost got political. I stopped myself. See, there we go. Not going there. But anyway, so you just spent some time with people if you celebrated Thanksgiving. Now there's some upcoming holidays happening in the month of December. So it's really, really, really important to reflect on how Thanksgiving went so that you can determine what those boundaries are for the holidays happening in December. And communicating early really is part of that. And then the next step, simplify traditions. I cannot, again, say this enough. You do not owe anyone a picture-perfect holiday. Redefine what joy looks like for you. If you're a parent and you are trying to give your children the most perfect holiday ever, please stop. Just love them. Just love them and love yourself, and everything will go just fine. Because I'm telling you, your 2-year-old is not going to remember all of the pain and suffering that you did to create a perfect moment. So just stop, simplify, focus on what really, truly matters. And it's not an Instagram-worthy photo. Next step, create a peace plan. So, what this involves is identifying your triggers in advance and write out calming responses, whether it's music, walks, mindful breathing. Prepare for this. It's almost like when I work with people who have suicidal thoughts, we create a safety plan. We identify their triggers and we write out some of the calming, soothing things that they can do. We identify the people, places, and things that can help them to get them out of that mindset, that can keep them safe. So now I'm telling you, create a peace plan. You know what your triggers are. I mean, we just went through Thanksgiving, right? So what pissed you off? What drove you insane? What made you want to curl into a ball and cry? Okay, thinking about them, what can you do for these upcoming holidays to respond differently? What are some of the healthy skills, the calming actions that you can do to get you to a better place, to get you through this? And actually setting the foundation with healthy boundaries in the first place is going to get you closer to that peace. Next step, prioritize your energy. Each morning, ask yourself, what do I need today to feel grounded? And then follow through. Next step, practice self-compassion. You are human. You are allowed to feel irritated, overwhelmed, or tired. You do not have to slap a pretty little smile on your face and pretend that everything is joyous and magical and fun and wonderful. You are allowed to be in a bad mood. Give yourself permission to feel your feelings. It's okay to not have the, quote, holiday spirit. And finally, last step, say no unapologetically. I've said it before, I'll say it again. No is a full sentence. Boundaries do not require footnotes. And here's a bonus practice. Start each day by checking in with your body. Notice where you are holding tension. Breathe into it. Your body is always the first to know when you are approaching burnout. All right, my friends, time for the quote of the week. Our quote this week comes from the incredible Brené Brown, and she says, "Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves even when we risk disappointing others." Take a second to let that sink in. Boundaries are not barriers. They are bridges to authenticity. Every time you say no to something that drains you, you are saying yes to your peace, your rest, and your joy. This holiday season, my queens, love yourself enough to disappoint a few people. The ones who truly care about you will adapt. The ones who don't, well, that's data too. So here is your takeaway to reclaiming the season. The holidays do not have to be a performance. They can be an experience of alignment, joy, and intention. You get to rewrite what the season means. So if Thanksgiving left you drained, let that be your wake-up call. Not to do more, but to do less with more presence. Let go of perfection. Choose authenticity. Protect your peace like it's your paycheck. Less tasks, more being present. Less gifts, less stuff, more being present. You are allowed to rest, and you are allowed to disappoint others. You are allowed to redefine what celebration looks like for you. All right, my friends, if today's episode resonated with you, share it with a woman who needs this reminder. She doesn't have to do it all. And then come join our Facebook community, the Hint Hive podcast Facebook group, where we can talk about all kinds of stuff, from mindful holiday planning, boundary scripts, the art of saying no with grace, whatever you need. Just speak it into the group and it will be answered. Remember, ladies, you are not here to perform the holidays. You are here to experience them. Until next time, take a deep breath, choose peace over pressure, and keep amplifying your voice. This podcast is powered by Kelly Hint Empowerment Coaching, as well as Kelly M. Hint LMHC and The Cranky Counselor. To find out more about coaching services, head over to CoachKellyHint.com. If you'd like to know more about the psychotherapy services I offer to individuals within the state of New York, you can check out KellyMHint.com. And if you'd like to learn more about aromatherapy, you can check out TheCrankyCounselor.com.